I like that we get to open with just a really, really dramatic, music, just that one chord there. Hey, good evening, welcome, good afternoon, however it happens to be, wherever you are at. I am the Corundum Cat, and this is a return to what people suggested might be an abandoned project. They were wrong. That was false. We are picking up with episode 3 of our inexplicably fully voiced long play of the entirety of the Banner Saga. Currently, we are in Banner Saga 2. So, episode 3, Banner Saga 2. Winchester nothing. So where were we at? Uh it's actually been like a full month, so I actually need to think a little bit for doing my own recap here. We had gotten control of Bolvark and his ravens. Literal berserker, literally wearing a bear. That's what it means. Bear shirt. It's descriptive. Um, but yeah, so Bolvark and his boys have been given a task from the Valka Yuno, who is, as ever, like not really taking no for an answer. The rest of the caravan is heading southwards to try and stay ahead of Calamity. Bolvark has split off. I believe we're going to be picking up with him. Let's find out. Resume. Where are we? Important questions. Do I remember any of the voices that I was doing for the characters? No. I mean, only vaguely. I know most of the Varl were Texan, and I'm pretty sure that uh, is it Falca? I'm forgetting. You know what? Let me look. Let me look at heroes. Bolvark's number 2. His girl Friday, right hand and both legs on land. Folka, yes. I know that she was Minnesota Nice, and which is another way of saying just whatchamacallit, the shopkeeper from Fallout 3. Doesn't matter. We'll pick up with it. Bolvark himself, not the most defensive character, but he gets to attack multiple times per round. Quite scary. We have a pretty good lineup. We got Warhawks. We got a crazy old man. We got a crazy old Varl. Several of them couldn't be doing better. We're a bit low on renown. Do I want to promote people further? We'll get to we'll get to that when we have some leeway. I miss having my deep pockets inventory from the main caravan. But we will overcome. Or we will underperform. Either way, it'll be funny. Yeah, so we are lean and mean. We have 58 fighters. We have no civilians. We got 6 Varl. And we got 3 days of supplies. It's 106 miles to Borskard. We have a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It is eternally noontime, and we're wearing sunglasses. A commotion draws your attention into the nearby woods. You're surprised to see a small group of dredge, some which you've never seen, some of which I think they actually that's their typo, not mine. Some which you've never seen before, engaging one of the new recruits from Borskar. How'd these faint slag get here? You ask, though no one has an answer. The tattooed fighter is noticeably driven, but he lobs 2 black axes in quick succession at the approaching scourge. The axes find the mark, shattering stone armor. I mean, we could watch him fight and presumably get overwhelmed, or we could get in there because that means XP and loot. Yo, we murder hobos now. We ain't got a whole bunch of civilian families with us. We're in it for the ruckus and the gold. You draw your axes and rush in, surprising all of the combatants. Ali? Ali. One assumes oxen free. Well, don't stand directly in front of it, my guy. So that's Ollie. He has shield wall because he's a shield fighter. Axe storm. Throw axes for strength damage until one is deflected. Oh, I remember that. Yeah. He's very fiddly to use as sort of like a short-range ranged combatant. But Bolvark's crew doesn't have a lot of archers, so Ollie is pretty decent. And under correct circumstances can do a lot of damage pretty efficiently. Let's get in there. Got a skirmish line. We have Folka standing next to Bolvark. The only person who can safely do so. Alright, yeah, let's do this. What do we got? 19 armor. That's terrible. 3 slingers in the backfield and a scourge in the front. Okay. Woof. I wish we were slightly closer. What's their turn order look like? Okay, Scourge goes first. Probably is who's going to flatten this guy. And we'll be able to get some armor hits in on this other big guy at least. I suppose that is, yeah, the best we're going to do. Come on, man. I guess I should have seen that one coming. Champion. Yes, let's protect our boy. Okay, how does Axe Storm work? Okay. I see that. I read you loud and clear. Yeah, that's okay. That's terrible. That is worse than just regularly attacking. Force an enemy back in initiative. Yeah, we want that. Okay. The idea that we can insult the Dredge so badly that they stop fighting amuses me, because, like, we don't share a language with them. Oh yeah, you call for reinforcements. Candy ass, alright. Yeah, too tight up here, too many Varl in the field. We'll try to get Folka advanced a little bit. Yeah, actually, let's just move Bolvark around to the side. He hates armor. Pretty good chain reaction throughout the party there. Dodged it. Okay, then try your Axe Storm again. Don't be terrible. Well, he did a little damage. Alright, 9, 8, and 4. Even if I rush him in there, he will not be able to down that guy through reinforcements, so we'll just deal with it. Promotions. Okay. Good, good, good. Oh, here comes the Warhawk. Clockwise from target. Important to remember that. So he does not end up blending weapons. Wow, heck of knockback on it. Very impressive. Force him to slow his roll. Stop hitting us with rocks. I can always count on the Warhawk for brutal violence. Not bad. We got a promotion for Falca, we got a promotion for Ollie. I don't know if we're going to use him, but we got promotions. We got someone down, no injuries, no one down. Recovering his axes, the mercenary gives you a lazy grin. I like his hair, by the way. Looks like you fought a belt sander. That was... well, I appreciate the help. Need a drink? Did you see where this dredge came from? Always an important question. Well, not really. The good thing I was already pissing or I'd have made a mess of my little dubbin saw. Lovely. That chasm didn't stop them. Or they're coming through the mountains. Now the few more chances to throw. Yeah, like, dude, yeah, his ear is missing. That's brutal. If you humans want to make your short lives even shorter, go ahead. You walk off, but give Folka a quick look, letting her know that you're impressed by Ollie's throwing. Bulwark, not particularly warm and cuddly. We got crows circling a village. How bad is it going to be? Ravens in the air as ravens approach. Ollie says with a slur. Is that a good sign? The small village ahead looks well fortified, with a few bodies outside fences being picked clean by the birds. Your caravan moves closer, but stays out of arrow range. Whoever's in the arrow wants to be left alone, Folka says. But it could be our best chance for supplies around here. We only have 2 days of supplies, and we're going into what look like to be like broken mountains and hills. So we're robbing this village. Split and attack. With practice, the ravens split and rush the village from 3 angles. Arrows miss their marks at the unexpected charge, and soon you are upon the battle-hardened villagers. Bulwark is a bad guy, for the record. Just to point that out here. Okay. I think I actually want Folka first in the initiative. And we're going to put the other humans at the back end so they don't end up body blocking the Varl. Folka's really good. She's quite sturdy. And we're going to give her a little more strength. Armor will be next. And we could give her +3 strength. Ooh, 14, 15 would make her an absolute powerhouse. I feel like I should probably give that item to Bolvark instead, however, since he is level 5. As that will give him really, yeah, that'll put him up to 14 effective strength. That's probably the way to go. We're gonna try. We're not gonna sink too much into Bolvark because the rest of his team is just as valid. But Folk is great. I like her a lot. She's friendly. Ollie kind of sucks. What do we got here? Ollie's Lucky Flask. All right, dodge, crit, and divert aim. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, low strength. A promotion would help with that. You know, it's not like we're going to be paying for supplies. 2 more. Hopefully that makes a bit of a difference. It'll be nice to have some ranged unit in this mob. But, yeah, let's get into it. Oh no! Oh, this is actually really bad. They've got... Oh, okay. We have people behind them. As I said, they have a line of archers and stakes, which we're going to have to cut through over rounds. That would be brutal, and bad enough that we're going to eat some hits. Fortunately, Falca is going to be able to go first. She should be able to get the attention of some of this mob over yonder. Bolvark is up second, so we'll have him get chopping in just right in the center there. And after that, we'll make it up as we go along. Oh, he's the Juggernaut! Gosh, a big hit. 5 armor break on an archer's is rude. I mean, that's what I've been doing to people with, with Oddleaf, so I guess I can only complain so much. What a nice barrier they have here. It would be a shame if something happened to it. Quit it! That one hurt. Run away! Brisk walking pace is your best defense. Yeah, running him down. Oh, no, went for Ollie. Okay. They all bullying Bolvar, and like, I don't fault them for that, conceptually. Okay, you kick down the last barricade, doesn't serve the villagers huddled together. Some have bows but no arrows. The others have thrown their blades to the ground. Give us the money! We want the money, Lebowski. In faith, we are servants of Bonnie. A man steps forward. I'm Frederick, the oldest of us, he says. We've been fighting off all types from Ormsdollar for 2 weeks now, just trying to protect what's ours. He looks back to people and says, You won't find us begging for our lives. We don't want you to beg, we want you to, pay us. Falca pulls you aside and says, Well, they know how to fight, so we'd be stronger if they joined us. You pull your beard. Or I can make them gather food for us, you say. I mean, if we recruit fighters, that does not help our supply situation. I think taking them as clansmen to forage is probably the better choice. Also, they're less likely to kill us in our sleep if they are unarmed. So you're coming with us without your blades and bows. And what, be your fate slaves? Frederick turns to his people. Is that how we'll be remembered? They all shout, never! And attempt to grab their blades, but you and the ravens cut them all down and crack seas. Okay, cool. Well, I mean, we're robbing the place. Oh, I should have known that wasn't really an option. Fulk says and walks off to look around. Very casual mass murder, this outfit. Spar, an old wanderer who joined the Ravens over half a century ago, points to the tents in the edge of the village. It looks like the merchants are still here. Maybe they were being forced to stick around. Oh, we have access to a market. Okay, we'll take that. We don't have much renown. Oh, one gets one. Woof. Man, there's such pretty things. Straight 2 strength is great. 20 dodge and 2 strength is excellent. Ooh, 2 armor for only 6 renown. That is... I think that's actually worth it. And how... Okay, 5 more renown gets us 2 days of supplies on top of it. Ugh, good enough. These prices, man. You think it's the end of the world or something. Alright, back on the trail. Tracks up ahead, the scout reports. Follow them away. Small camp, few blades, meat and meat, maybe more. Man, we are straight up brigands here. What is it? Take what they have. If there's just kill them, take everything, leave them. Yeah, okay, sure. Rob them and use force if necessary. When we're bad, we're very bad. And when we're good, we're horrid. Wait, reverse that. A dozen ravens set out, a mix of veterans and new recruits. They return a couple of hours later with supplies. You hear one of the fighters muttering.
Well, it takes the fun out of things when they give up their goods so easily.
Piracy, son! Alright, 5 more days of supplies from that.
Wouldn't mind seeing irons fly. If only once more.
Oh, is this one of the Godstones? Awesome murder bird Godstone? Oh, that's sick. I love that design.
Think the ghost of this dead bird has forgiven you for that wing yet?
Spar asks. The other ravens, including Polka, look from the broken stone to you in shock.
Aye, the old man says. We were here nearly 40 years ago. Same spot as now. Only a dozen of us left to the unkindness then. Better men by twice than all of you.
There's rumblings, but the ravens keep listening. Like, when the old man starts ranting about how he was soldiering 40 years ago, like, you kinda just have to let him run with it, you know?
We'd run a job for a man. Fiffer, or Finar, Fainer more like,
He says, spitting at the memory.
He set us up to take the fall for some of his other deals gone bad. We got surrounded here, and this bear of ours loses his mind. Grabs a tree, a whole tree, and starts swinging.
Spar starts coughing but recovers.
Oh, nearly killed us all, but old Ernix took a hit like no other. And there you have it.
The excited ravens start asking you questions, but Spar's all too happy to answer. Let's study the bird-shaped stone. Ernix, the god known as the winter bird, stands proudly on an eternal parch of snow and ice. The stories of seasons past, of hunting Radomir across the summer skies, of creating blizzards while flapping its wings to land in winter, cover the outstretched wings. While walking around the stone, your foot thumps on something hollow. You clear away some ice and find a wooden box, probably left as some token of faith to a dead god.
Leaving anything behind for the dead is waste,
you say, immediately prying open the box and pocketing the small item within. I like that we don't get the option to, like, leave the offerings in place when we're controlling Fulvar. It's like, oh yeah, no, it's ours. It's not nailed down well enough. Mine now. Pipe plant. I like pipes, I like plants. Alright, we got great morale, we got plenty of supplies. Looks like another village ahead of us at the bottom of this hill that we're on here. Cold creeps under cloaks and forces the ravens to huddle together as wind whips around you. Snow begins to black out to the Wormscale Mountains in the distance, and you're forced to call for an early camp. I mean, it's like 2/3 of the way through the day. That's not so early. Rising from sleep, you can pacing, occasionally drumming your fingers on the top of a large cart. A motion in camp draws your attention. Walking towards it, hear groans and see Folka's shield rising and falling erratically among some furs. Hey, yo, leave her to her fun. That's what I'm saying, right?
Humans,
you snort. But the shield flips away, revealing a dredge grunt staring up at you. Whoa, 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 what? Stepping back, you bump into another dredge. Looking around, the entire raven camp is a swarm of stone-armored bodies desperately reaching for you. Oh, we're tripping. Okay. When your axes lash out through nothing, you realize you were dreaming again. Unexpected sadness swells in you. Like, you've let everyone down. A few of the ravens are watching you, smirking, but your growl makes them look away. You decide to walk the perimeter alone while Ignace slowly wakes. Dude, who would mock this man? This barely contained psychopathic giant who's well known for random acts of extreme brutality. It's a nice camp, though. I do like this. we have just enough. We have just enough for now. Let's put it down to 0, but okay, that's worth it. We get our second ability, Bear Rage. The Berserker whips himself into a fury, terrifying nearby enemies and sending them fleeing into disarray. Affected enemies are so shaken they suffer a penalty to their defense. For one turn, the Berserker also counterattacks any blows. Okay, that's not bad. I mean, it's the only option we have, so we will choose that ability. That's fine. I mean, more defense would be good, but offense still wins the day for an offensive class. So we're going to go with that. And we're probably going to leave him at level 6, because we want to spread the love around. Folka, 2 more armor. Terrific. 16 armor is going to make her an absolute beast. I do wonder, should I swap it around? Should I give her the extra strength and Bulwark the extra armor? He's taking hits pretty quickly. You know what? Let's try that. Let's try that instead. So that'll give her 15 strength and 14 armor, which is great. And for Bulwark, you'll have 13 strength and effectively 14 armor. So still pretty good. I think it's a solid plan. What's this pipe do? +3 will on rest, +1 armor rest, +1 will. Like, that's fine and all, but man, we're just not resting in combat, right? There's almost always something better to do. So that is likely going to go unequipped. It's basically just +1 will for our purposes, and it requires level 6. Moving on. Yeah, back on the road. Small party got good morale. Great morale. Around here, you yelling. A harsh voice reaches your ears, followed by the laughter of several others. Your abrupt halt alerts Folka, who immediately signals the Ravens to fan out and try their weapons. I mean, we may as well investigate, right? Over the next rise, a group of 10 haggard fighters and a few varls surround half a dozen peasants and a broken wagon. A woman spots you and shouts, "Help us!" But a punch to the stomach drops her to the snow. The fighters turn, ready to fight. Did someone say a free wagon and extra renown? I think someone said, charge. The man's confidence melts away, and he and all his fighters flee from your assault. You give chase for a time, but soon return to the wagon and peasants. Yeah, attacking peasants different than fighting a mercenary band, isn't it? Oh, she got a character model. Thank you, the woman who was punched earlier says. I'm Sefa. I know you don't want us around, but if you're heading towards Bandal, we'll follow your path. Sure. Are we getting an actual archer on team? I love it. Fine. Your food is ours. Payment for saving you, you say. The woman nods her understanding, but to your surprise, the wagon is nearly empty. We'll keep our distance, Sefa says, but we'll be behind you. You grunt and walk off. Love that. Does that count as doing a good deed? I mean, kinda? A couple of Raven scouts take off to check out the cluster of tents ahead. Refugees from Wormsdollar, one of them says upon returning. They've got a sizable camp and seem disciplined. They know we're here. Scout adds, no sense trying to avoid them. You take the lead and approach the refugees. We are famously diplomatic. A hooded man with a red spear greets you. My name is Bach, and this is Lofen, your bulwark of the Ravens. And is this your wife? You're confused as much by this question as by the fact that no one is with the man. I'm assuming Lofen is the spear, but who is Lofen? He moves his spear forward a foot. Lofen, my advisor of sorts. You look at Folka and snort. Well, you're the second spearman we've met who's more than a little touched. The man stares at Folka, a dangerous look on his face. Dude, draw down, see what happens.
If you're finished having your laugh, I'll tell you why I've come to you.
Fine. Make it quick.
I'm leading this large group of trained fighters and tradesmen from arms dollar. We're looking for a new home. We've done what it takes to survive out here, but they're starting to lose faith in... Yeah, because you're a madman and you talk your spear, son. Well, you want us to reinforce your control? No, I want you to take over. Lead us someplace we can live. Laughlin and I weren't meant for keeping others alive.
What do I get in return? Yeah, that's the question.
Well, for one, we won't kill you.
Back smiles, but there is no humor in his eyes.
We'll share the food we collected and fight alongside you, should there be need.
He stops and confers with his spear.
Spoiling you, Laughlin is. We'll even spread the word of how great the ravens are.
So I'm hearing I get renown and supplies and clansmen and fighters out of this, so yeah, we'll take you as far as Bindle. Back kisses the metal of his spear and smiles.
Yeah, me thanks. Oh, Laughlin thanks you as well.
83 clansmen. Woof. And 80 fighters and, what is that, 5 days of supplies. I'll take that deal. Good deal. The unyielding snowfall is proving too much for the humans who now mainly attempt to follow your large footprints. In truth, the sky and your surroundings lack enough contrast to know where you're going. And it's cold. I'm wearing a bear, man. I'm fine.
Trees over there.
Folk manages the same, motioning with her spear. The foliage blocks some of the wind, but does nothing for visibility. With no other options, you burrow into the snow, cloaked in your bear fur.
Darkness.
I don't like this.
Someone pulling the energy. Painful.
Alright, wake up, you damn beer! You're being robbed!
You roar and shake off the foot of snow, covering you. The unclear dream still vivid in your mind. Back uses spear aloft and pointies.
Oh, those clansmen you saved, they killed your guards and they're taking everything. Man.
Folk is by your side in seconds, followed by the spearman. You sprint along the snowy path of snow and supplies, straight into an ambush by the bandits for the harassing clansmen. Sepha turns and smirks. I mean, I don't blame her. I've done worse to better people. This episode. Okay, so we have, it looks like, some generic ravens, and are two of our officers. Well, sucks to start your combat directly next to Volver, but, ooh, woof, okay. We've got very limited mobility here. They have, okay, the boss archer, one regular archer. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and boost her armor, so if she catches a shot or a hit, she'll be fine. This is not especially safe, but if we can get some... What, pig sticker? Oh, critical per adjacent ally. We have no adjacent allies. We have no friends. Knock some strength off her, though. Always great. Another archer as well. Woof! A lot of armor break, but we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. I mean, our random mooks aren't. They're suffering quite badly. But I don't love that. Okay. We're in a little trouble here, but we have Falca who is 15-15, so I think she's all we need. Yeah, Bulwark's a bit of a glass cannon. Yeah, Bulwark's been injured. Yeah. And we got our supplies back, so we can camp without too much risk. That's fine. Setha's wounds are great, and she whimpers in the snow. You nod to Falca, who dispatches the bandit archer with haste. This is what helping folks gets you, you roar. Grab all these supplies and bring them back to camp. You tell the ravens after hoisting a barrel on each shoulder. You know, we try to be nice. Well, we don't. We're brigands in our own right. How long is Bulwark laid up for? 3 days. Hate that. But we do want to rest for morale anyway, so fine. We came out of that with basically more supplies than we started, so that's okay. This is a shame. I was hoping I was going to get Folka as a recruit. Could use some archers in this mob. Ooh, the second ability. What'd she get? Shield Smash. The character smashes her shield against a single adjacent target. Target and all adjacent units from your foe take break damage. Without a shield, she loses her passive ability, Shield Mastery. Oh, she straight up sacrifices her shield to do a whole bunch of armor damage. Well, we're never going to use that ability, but we're still going to level her up. Okay. So we could get crit chance, which is good, but I think just for now, yep, maximum armor is going to be the way to go. Make her just an absolute unit. Okay, we're healed up. We've dealt with rebellious elements. Let's get out of this snowstorm. Bindle, yeah, it's right there. Easy. I notice the others aren't so good at spotting food, Ollie slurs. Well, that's a good thing I spent some time with that Wrigley fellow. Taught me what's what. But I nearly killed myself in those jagger bushes over there trying to get these. He steps aside to reveal a large basket full of mushrooms. You look at Folk, who shrugs. We need food. You sure these are okay to eat? Sure, I'm sure. Been meeting all day, he says, taking a bite of one. A little bitter is all, but nothing a swig of mead won't solve. He drinks, swallows, and slaps his belly. I mean, okay. If he poisons us all, then, Ollie stumbles a bit while hoisting the basket up into the cart and grabs another mushroom for his efforts. Others clap him on the back to show their appreciation. Okay, I mean, it's a day's worth supplies of mushrooms.
The miners of Bindal are a rough crowd. Not a bad place to recruit new blades.
The old wanderer fights his way up next to you.
I can't see a damn thing in this mess. Guess old Ernix hasn't forgiven you yet after all.
Shouldn't you have died already? Spar grunts.
Soon enough, I reckon. Of course, these old bones won't be forming any mountain brambles, more like.
He squints into the distance.
There's bound to be more people from Ormsdale trying to find new hope in Bindle,
Spar says.
Crowded towns haven't always been good for us.
We're only stopping long enough for supplies. We have a job, we're going to keep moving. Spar glances up at you and snorts.
Sounds good,
he says.
but these ravens are hungry and lonely. Supplies might mean more than food and mead to them. Won't take much to set the guards on us.
He has a point, but there is little to be done about it. The idea of being around so many others in such a confined space makes you tense. You crave a long hunt and sleep in solitude. Oh, I like that watchtower design. That's really slick. Yeah, this is a dismal town. Okay, decent enough palisade. Good gate they've got. That's actually fairly impressive. I mean, could be worse. The snowstorm is worse than ever as you arrive at the walls that might have been built. The gates are closed and you beat a fist against them. Open the Fane gates, you shout. From the wall, two menders look down. Oh, yo! Whoa, the menders are here. Then recede. Soon the gates open up for a half dozen well-trained guards to greet you. Their one-eyed captain points and says, "Just you." Folka steps to your side. "Not alone," she says. "Yeah, she comes with me." The captain takes a moment to assess the situation and nods. Before following him through the gates, you bark commands to other ravens to stay close and vigilant. Inside the small gatehouse are the two menders from the wall, a woman with a fancy spear and a cub of a man holding a staff.
Falk Sefer, it is the Raven Banner.
My god, look at that seedy little mustache. Like, it's not even a mustache. This poor kid. He's like 12. What is this? "So it seems, but why here? Why now?"
Just passing through on our way to the Blue River. But this blasted storm caught us. Planned to come back this way afterwards for more work, but now we need some food and a place to hole up. We brought some people with us. They need a new home.
"I'm sure it felt like the right thing to do, but we're already beyond our capacity here." "Are you Fulberg? Bulwark? Bulwark, Blood Axe?" "Hold your tongue, Nichols."
What do you know about me, boy?
I've heard all your tales. I can't believe your cold bear cloak is real. Is it true your axe handles are made from your own horns?
Dude, this kid has no survival instinct. The older mender places a hand on the young man's shoulder.
Wow, I never knew I was traveling with such a legend.
You ignore her.
Are you in charge here? Where's the governor?
"The governor left Rabring a while back with most of the fighters to settle a dispute. The Mender Council sent me to bring the people of Bindle west, as we've heard too many rumors of dredge."
More than rumors. We were in Borisgard. Saw Bellower.
Oh, the immortal Sunder! How did you escape?
Immortal was a joke. He's dead.
Nichols' eyes go wide in awe, but Zephyr looks pensive. "What about the great rift that opened between Borsgard and Ormsdala?"
We managed.
Zephyr looks like she wants to press you for more information.
Enough! Open the gates for my ravens.
"Mercenaries will only panic the people. With everyone from Ormsdala, it's all I can do to keep them from stampeding like wild yokes." "Fine, we'll camp against the leeward walls." "Thank you. You'll have all the assistance with your shelter of Volka, and her assistant can give you."
Yeah, funny you won't let us in when we're on a job for one of your own.
You snarl at Volka for saying too much. She shrugs in response. "I'm not aware of another Volka being out this direction. Who has tasked you?"
You know.
Zephyr steps back the name and studies your face for a moment. "Nichols, you and the gods see what you can do outside the walls for the people."
I'll see to it and make sure the ravens are comfortable.
The young mentor nods respectfully to Zephyr and grins at you, and Falcon before leading guards for the gate. "I'm inviting only the two of you to stay within our walls and enjoy a bit more warmth and comfort." Good, but try anything and my ravens will level this place. "Then welcome, and no one is going to try anything. There's no need for such mistrust."
Maybe. But I shouldn't have to tell you about my job from your superior just to get an invitation.
"My superior... No, you misunderstand. You have no job. The Vulcan known as Juno is dead." Yo, chapter 10, to speak in all tongues. Yeah, we found... Juno was dead when we found her. Wait, no, her boy, was dead when we found him. Juno's fine. Yeah, there we go. The once energetic Mender approaches, looking both worn and troubled. Ivan. I'm not sure I thanked you for the time to recover. I've never woven a spell that strong before. Are you sure you're ready to move on? You look, well, like pressed shit. Yeah, I know. I caught my reflection earlier. It's a more mature look. Mender grins, and a hint of his former youth shines through. Not everyone would have stopped for so long, especially with the ground rumbling like it has. Let's see, we're all people in need of help. We'll get there no matter how long it takes. Like, your floating bridge cost a lot of lives. That's just ingrateful right there. You know, we're all people in need of help here, so, you've grown up to really care about everyone here a lot. It's a gift, and I hope you never lose it. He weaves a bit more on the armor. Have you given any more thought to my offer? I think some mending could really benefit you. You consider his offer. Yo! I get to learn awesome, like, earth magic in addition to being a hell of a good archer? Yeah, sure. It might really help someday. I think so too, and you already know more than you think. I doubt it'll take me long to teach you the basics, but you'll have to practice as we go. I'm placing some patterns on your bow. Trace them with your thumb at all times. Practice, memorize them. Understanding will occur later. Sick. Get us our multi-class going. Okay, we have had to divert into the Plains of Slaughter due to the sudden chasm between us and Ormsdollar. A group of 24 humans, thin and dirty, step off the rough path to let the caravan pass. Please, a young girl says. Anything to eat? Her mother, eyes averted, pulls a go by them. Silence her. You can't have food, but you can join us. You can join us if you'd like. Worried glances are exchanged amongst the group until a man says, better than us starving out here on our own. They all tend to agree and thank you, joining the rear of the caravan. Easy, boy! A clansman shouts as the yak's cart nearly topples to one side. The tamped path of the Eastway Road has suddenly turned into a cracked shamble. Looking ahead, it only gets worse. Various chasms gape like open mouths. Yo, the lowlands got messed up too. You glance back to Ivan, who looks to you and shakes his head. The entire caravan comes to a halt. We'll be eating our belts before finding a way across this broken road, especially to this many. Yeah, there's no telling how far we'd have to backtrack to head north. Okay, Hakon wasn't a bad, excuse me, a bad, Western, before, but I think he is going to be now, moving forwards. Then we'll head south across the Armsar riverbed. We can head down towards Grundarond on west. Trigby peers around Hakon's elbow before coming fully into view. Man, what do you want? We got a meth-head spearman over here. Heading south is questionable. Those people. Yeah, why do you say that? Yeah, maybe I spent a lifetime there. Plenty of things to eat under logs. But there's also people in the bogs. His eyes go wide. The skull should hear me rhyme. But what's wrong with heading south?
Different ways of living, old ways. Stick to the mud, and cragsmen are less bothersome.
I think he's talking about the boggers, the rough, backward people of Schwarzbog. Tree frowns at Ivor.
Words like that can find you swollen, filled with poison.
He puffs out his cheeks and stares at Ivor. This is why we borrowed them to keep to themselves. Each human's crazy in their own way. Treevee hunches over with laughter until he suddenly stops, sniffs the air, and marches away. Strange, but it's a fair warning. We're crossing over into lands most of us have never seen. Just because we left those dredge behind doesn't mean we won't have more wars ahead of us. If we had more supplies, I'd say we should stop for a few days and trade some of these clansmen to fight. You consider your options. Let's just camp. Well, we can think about training later. Calls for camp spread down the line. Yeah, what are we at? 296 clansmen, 127 fighters. I don't want to convert too many because Varl eat a lot, and we've only got a little bit of buffer of supplies. Think about it. The foraging is going to be important. We have plenty of renown, though. See if that does us any good. Oh, hey, Prince Ludin is here with his skeevy little mustache. The prince is acting even more standoffish than usual. You and Ivor have caught him staring ahead and twisting the ring on his finger over and over. Idrsa quietly stands nearby. Glad to be heading home? Ludin turns to the two of you and offers a polite smile.
Even after the chasm, would it surprise you if I said no? I thought you hated being so far from our ring. Life on the trail hasn't won me over, but it's not all bad. It's even possible that I've learned a few things about leading people while out here.
You, Ivor, and Ersa are stunned to hear the prince talk this way.
I've grown up in comfort and trained with scholars and fighters. I've never known anything else.
Saying stuff like that won't make any friends in this caravan.
Well, that's just it. Amongst these clansmen, I've seen the differences. I think I understand them a bit more. Well, that's great, Prince Lurden. I'm glad you think so, but I doubt my father will. Yes, I will agree. My father's not what you call open-minded.
The king.
The king's a hard man. Has to be. But his son is his weakness.
Ludin glares at her, but the archer only smirks.
Yes, can you tell me about King Menelf? I suppose, but there's not much to him. He's king. He draws a hard line on nearly every topic. Talking to him is much like being told what to do. In fact, it's exactly that. I used to think the same thing about my father. Sometimes. This isn't about being his son. You'll see.
Kings usually have to make tough decisions and stick with them. Maybe someday you'll see why.
I know, I just don't think you'll care for my ideas on treating with the peasant commoners. What would you like to be called? We're all people, Prince. Even you. You have a charming way of humbling me.
Yrsa rolls her eyes.
Just keep an open mind about your father, the way you'd like him to have towards your ideas. That's something I've never considered before. I'll think on it.
As Prince Ludin and Yrsa walk away, you feel Ivor watching you.
What?
When did you become so full of sage advice?
Since I started listening to you.
Gods, don't start making that mistake. The two of you share a smile before moving on. Hey, yo, I want to point out, Prince Ludin is, he is single, he is a young man, and Alet is very much without other masculine prospects. I mean, I guess, who's the one shield boy with the, whatchamacallit, with the metal shield? Um, yeah, Eggle. Like, he's cute and all, but, eh. Okay, yeah, we got the big party. Um, right, Alet's level 8. Fantastic. Love that for us. Who do we want for our bruisers here? I mean, Hakon and Ivor are actually probably Ivor and Gunnulf. Because Gunnulf is a Warhawk and Warhawk is civilization. Um, Leo is the poet. Oh right, when he gets kills, he gives everyone else willpower. Yeah, but I mean, he's also a liberal arts major. I'm not sure he's frontline capable. Um, Trigger and Ludin are both great, but our melee line is fine. Ivan is a frail, squishy clothy, though not terrible. Let's see, we've got Nid. She is 8-10 for max. What about Yrsa? 10-7. Woof. That is low strength. I know she gets the powerful special ability with her like flaming arrows, but yeah, we can afford it. Let's give a level to Nid because I like having extra bows. I would still like to keep her in the fight if at all possible. And probably Eggle. Yeah, probably Eggle. Good defensive line. And what items have we still got? Knockback, which we really don't want. Maybe for the archers. +2 to all talents. We can upgrade Odd. We're gonna be using Odd. She's never leaving the party. What's her second ability? Slag and Burn. Okay, that's the siege archer ability. Or Bird of Prey. Use strong to shoot further than less experienced. Passive puncture. Yeah, we're gonna take Bird of Prey. And we can give her extra will, or we can keep pumping her traits. I mean, willpower is good and all. But I love the idea of 20% crit. Because that also that applies to every arrow in her Sky Strike. And, okay, yeah, +2 strength, so okay, so she's at effectively 11, which is pretty good for an archer. And we'll save some of this renown. Gunnulf is, of course, a beast for all seasons. Tempting to level him up to get his next ability and a little extra armor. Ivor also could use the extra armor. I don't know what his second ability is. Let's find out. Oh, he gets Tempest or Forge Ahead. Man, giving Ivar Tempest is going to be absolutely disgusting. Yeah, we'll do that. That's worth the XP. And he's got extra movement and 17 strength, and he is now a Warhawk. Sensational. Okay, love that. +2 move or +2 all attributes. Well, he doesn't unlock this yet. Okay. This is a strong party. Okay. Let's get back on the road. A woman hauls a young girl in front of you and a crowd of others.
Caught her stealing enough food to feed a starving Varl, the woman says. Not the first time I've seen her at it either.
The girl looks familiar. She's part of the thin group of humans you picked up on the trail. Why were you stealing? First question.
Never know when you'll get rid of us, the girl says. People always get rid of us.
Her mother bursts through the crowd.
Stupid girl, these people are good to us.
She says, but it's too late. Drifters! Come the angry shouts from the clansmen. Drifters are people without a banner. They are blamed for all sorts of woes, mostly undeserved. The Varl and clansmen alike run them off before you can make sense of it all, but you're left wondering what will become of them. Well, that's a shame. Oh, good, and it's raining. Once across the Umps riverbed, the wind ceases to cut through the humid air. The darkening sky lets loose its rain, and soon fat drops of water turn the dirt path to sucking mud, slowing the caravan. Cloaks are pulled overhead, and children and animals are wrangled in near the carts. Ugh. Yeah, we are advancing at a crawl here. Okay, the forage is good. We forage enough to actually keep our supplies steady.
I was hoping to avoid visiting this part of the kingdom for at least a few more years,
Prince Ludin says. At least others have had the sense to abandon.
At least others have had the sense to abandon this cesspool.
As arrogant as he sounds, he's right. There are very few signs of life around you, yet you still feel like you're being watched. The lowing of usually quiet yaks indicates the beast's difficulty pulling the carts. You're up to your knees in it when a scout comes to you.
I found some stone markers that led us to a few paths of solid ground over there.
He points while shouting over the yaks.
Uneven and bumpy, but easier than this.
What kind of markers?
Yeah, don't look natural, don't look like much of anything else either. Some stones marking a path to this place is all I can figure.
So, this is probably going to get us ambushed by bog people. But that might actually be safer than just trudging through the mud. Let's risk it, lead the way. The caravan changes course slowly, but you soon see the low stone markers, some sticks tied around them. The caravan picks up speed over the lumps of packed ground until a child screams. You rush back to see the boy being pulled out of a hole in one of the many mounds you crossed. Inside, you see blackened or wrapped bodies buried on inches beneath the bog. You're walking across a burial ground. Oh, that's much worse. Get everyone moving, Ivor says. There's a chance we make it out of here without anyone knowing we were here. Starts urging everyone, but feel Ruga watching you. Yo, we got open graves. We can leave Ruga in one. Problem solved. They're all around us, shouts a man near the edge of the caravan. And we're stuck in this mud. The Crag's men have encircled you. Their leader steps forth and shouts, "There's no price but blood for crossing through the land of our dead." Shouts ring out. They're preparing to attack. Man, if I send Triggy forward, they're just gonna kill him and attack anyway. Try to talk them down. No, form a perimeter. Rumble it. You shout orders, and fighters and Varl form up as quick as they can. Unfortunately, the Crags move through the mud without hindrance, and some lives are lost before your army is even ready. Yikes. Yikes. Ugh. It looks like the force of trains roughly the size of the enemies either way, but victory here will protect most of your clans. Everyone stares as the whole bog seems to move with the approaching Cragsmen. No one comes to you with any clever plans. You look down your lines and silently wish all your fighters and borrow courage and strength. Gotta do the best we can. Okay, okay, this boy gonna get the wrong ideas as we're gonna give him Alet's, Alet's amulet, or Alet's bracelet. Ready as we're gonna be. We'll fight it out. We got bog people. Oh, they got bears! Yo! Yo, why don't I have bears? These things are awesome! Okay, Archer, get away from the bears. Gunnulf, get next to the bear. Pretty good placement for Ivor. And yeah, okay, we got our ranged line to the side. That's excellent. They have one archer. We'll see where they are in the initiative. Alet will probably be able to go ham with her intercept attack. Let's find out. First initiative is that guy. They're savage. Well, he's not going to have to move to attack. Probably. He's a throw axes. He'll probably just throw them. Okay. I don't know that we're going to be able to ambush anybody with Sky Strike, given the mix here. So let's just start hurting people. We will put Alet on Overwatch. These bears, man. Oh man, giving Ivor Tempest was a good choice. Okay, can she drop it in one? 14 to 13. Yo! Bear Slayer. Oddly. We can't get in range of the next guy who activates, so we will take a step backwards and shoot this man in the chest. Gunnelf, no! That's why we brought a second Tempest. Ah! Caught with her own trick. Okay, it's good to know that that persists after the archer that shot it is gone. That's fascinating. I am going to see if I can feed the kill to mid. This guy is so injured that like he's not going to be able to do any damage. Head popped off. Hey, TJ. I was locked in on the fight. I have no idea
flame
if
welcomes endless war. But why?
Like if they did any kind of, if they did any rotoscoping or if they did any motion capture. Like, I agree it's incredibly fluid for a very what is otherwise very simplistic art style. I think it'd be very funny if they got like, you know, a 6'8" bodybuilder and it's like, hey, just you know, stomp around like you're a big guy. Let us. Yeah, where's our hero's tent? 3 days for Gunnulf. I mean, I think that only heals in camp. I'm kind of inclined just to cycle him out of the active party and keep going. How's our morale doing? Yeah, we've already got great morale. It's kind of a waste to rest that long. We're going to rest for 1 day. We're going to cycle Gunnulf out of the main line. Because we have other Varl. Hey, Hakon! You and OG, welcome back to the fight. In fact, let's even promote him to level 5. Oh, that's really good. Yeah, +3 will per kill. He can just keep using it. Superb. In fact, what would his next upgrade be? Forge ahead. Oh, man. They're going to get all my renown. I can keep giving the other Varl heroes Tempest. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. I mean, I'm going to keep doing it because it keeps working. Yeah, Tempest with extra crit chance. Yes, please. He has become death, destroyer of basically everybody around him. Okay. I didn't actually check the clock when I started recording tonight, but we've had a couple of good fights. This seems like a pretty good breakpoint. We will pick up with Alet's story the next time, because I know that the Plains of Slaughter here are going to get super interesting. We are, in the next time, we will be meeting some of my favorite characters and some of our new, like, frontline additions as we run into the Centaur, the Horseborn, the other residents apart from the murderous Bog people. And if given the option between the two, I'm going to take Awesome Centaur over Murderous Bog people. But, yeah. We will keep forging ahead in this doomed world when we pick up with our next episode. I promise it won't be a full month between this one and the next one. I was distracted by other projects. What can I say? Anyone coming across this outside of our regular band, check us out. Regularly scheduled window, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For our broadcast, continuing currently our playthrough of Chrono Cross and then other RPGs afterwards. And otherwise, check us out on the Corundum Cat Plays on YouTube for the whole of the back catalog, all of our previous projects, including this one. And in the meantime, take care of yourselves out there. Failing that, take care of each other. It's all that really matters these days. Try to stay cool, stay hydrated, and I will see y'all in the next one.